Hello from Celebrity Died News and welcome back to our channel. Recently, we've received heartbreaking news about the loss of some exceptional talents. Today's episode is devoted to honoring their memory, and we'll also recap the stars we've recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these incredible individuals have made an impact on your life, please consider giving it a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
How is Bruce Willis's health? What to know about his frontotemporal dementia diagnosis? In March 2022, Bruce Willis's family revealed that he would be stepping back from acting due to health issues. They explained at the time that he had been diagnosed with aphasia, a disorder that impacts speaking and writing abilities. A year later, in February 2023, they shared that his condition had advanced, and he had received a formal diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia, FTD. This degenerative disease primarily affects behavior and communication, unlike other forms of dementia, which typically impair memory. In an October 2024 interview with Town & Country, Bruce's wife, Emma Heming Willis, opened up about noticing early signs of change in the die-hard star's health. She mentioned that his speech began to change, but as he had a childhood stutter, she initially believed these changes were connected to that. As his language started changing, it just seemed like part of the stutter, just Bruce being Bruce. Never in a million years did I think it would be a form of dementia for someone so young, she said. It took several years before doctors could pinpoint the exact cause. I say that FTD whispers, it doesn't shout. It's hard for me to say, this is where Bruce ended, and this is where his disease started to take over, she added. Frontotemporal dementia is the most common form of dementia in people under 60. Here's an update on what the Willis family has shared about Bruce's health. Bruce Willis health update. Bruce Willis's family has shared that his health remains stable since his frontotemporal dementia diagnosis. In a September 18th, 2024 appearance on Today, Tallulah Willis, his youngest daughter with ex-wife Demi Moore, shared a bittersweet reflection on her father's condition. He's doing stable, which in this situation is good and is hard, the 30-year-old said. There are painful days, but there's so much love. She continued, it's really shown me not to take any moment for granted, and I do think we'd be best friends. I think he's very proud of me. You have to be in the moment. You have to be present. In November 2023, Tallulah Willis offered another update on her father's condition during an appearance on The Drew Barrymore Show. She described Bruce's dementia as really aggressive, but added, he is the same, which I think, in this regard, is the best thing you can ask for. During a September 2023 interview on Today for World FTD Awareness Week, Emma Heming Willis spoke about the challenges of caregiving. This was her first interview since Bruce's diagnosis was publicly announced. Dementia is hard, Heming Willis said. It's hard on the person diagnosed. It's also hard on the family. And that is no different for Bruce or myself or our girls. When they say this is a family disease, it really is. Bruce and Emma share two daughters, Mabel, 12, and Evelyn, 10. When asked if Bruce was aware of his health struggles, Heming Willis replied, it's hard to know. She expressed that accepting his diagnosis has been painful, but understanding what is happening to Bruce has helped make it a little easier. Bruce's family continues to share updates on his health and occasionally posts photos marking special occasions. For his 69th birthday in March, Demi Moore shared a photo of Bruce relaxing in a chair beside her, holding her arm. Happy birthday, BW. We love you and are so grateful for you, she captioned it. Rumor Willis, Bruce's daughter, also posted a series of pictures celebrating his birthday. The final photo in the set appeared to be the most recent, with Rumor wrapping her arm around her father as he pointed at something off in the distance. Oh, Daddy-o, to be loved by you is such a gift. You are the funniest, most tender, charming, out-of-this-world silly, talented, and magical papa, she wrote in part. The Willis family also honored Bruce's birthday in March 2023 by posting a video on Moore's X account, marking the first public footage of him since his diagnosis. In the heartwarming clip, his wife and daughter sing happy birthday to him, with Bruce joking about their vocal range in the background. Eric Carmen dies. Raspberries frontman and iconic solo artist. Was 74 Eric Carmen, the talented musician best known as the lead singer of the power pop band, The Raspberries, and for his successful solo career, has passed away at the age of 74. His wife, Amy Carmen, confirmed the news of his death through a heartfelt message posted on the singer's official website. According to her statement, Carmen died peacefully in his sleep over the weekend, though no further details have been shared. "It is with great sorrow that we share the devastating news of Eric's passing," she wrote. "Our dear, sweet, and immensely talented Eric passed away in his sleep, leaving behind a legacy of music that has touched so many for decades. It brought him immense joy to know that his music had such an impact, and that will remain his enduring legacy. We kindly ask for privacy during this time as we cope with this monumental loss. Love is all that matters, faithful and forever." Born on August 11, 1949, in Cleveland, Ohio, Eric Carmen first gained recognition as the frontman of the Raspberries, a band that would go on to become a cornerstone of the early 70s power pop movement. The Raspberries' breakthrough came in 1972 with the release of their hit song Go All the Way, which reached #1, 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, and achieved similar success in Canada. The band's infectious pop rock sound, characterized by its melodic hooks and tight arrangements, won over a dedicated following, and they quickly became a staple of radio airwaves. The group's success continued with their 1973 follow-up album, which produced the top 40 single Let's Pretend. That song would later be covered by the Bay City Rollers, helping to solidify its place in pop music history. Despite their success, the Raspberries disbanded in the mid-1970s, with Carmen soon embarking on a solo career that would see him achieve even greater recognition. Carmen's solo career skyrocketed with the release of his iconic ballad All by Myself in 1975. The song became a massive hit, reaching #1, 2 on the pop charts and becoming one of his signature songs. Written and performed by Carmen, All by Myself showcased his ability to craft emotional, timeless ballads, and it would go on to be covered by artists such as Celine Dion, further cementing its place in pop culture. The track's success was followed by Never Gonna Fall in Love Again, which also charted highly, solidifying Carmen as a solo artist with a string of hit songs. His career continued into the 1980s, with notable hits such as Hungry Eyes from the soundtrack of the 1987 film Dirty Dancing, and Make Me Lose Control in 1988. Both songs became top 5 hits on the U.S. pop charts and further cemented Carmen's reputation as a hitmaker. Hungry Eyes, in particular, became one of his most recognizable tracks, beloved by fans for its catchy melody and romantic lyrics. David Sparrow, Carmen's longtime manager, shared his thoughts after hearing the news of his passing. "I just heard that my lifelong friend and former client, Eric Carmen, has passed away," Sparrow said in a statement. "Eric's musical talents were known around the world, and his legacy as a songwriter will never be forgotten. His songs were recorded by an incredible range of artists, from Celine Dion to Hank Williams Jr. His influence will be felt for generations, and he will be deeply missed. Rest in peace, Eric." Eric Carmen's contributions to pop music were immense. With his distinctive voice and talent for crafting powerful melodies, he was able to move seamlessly between genres, from pop to rock to ballads, always staying true to his style while influencing the next generation of musicians. His songwriting was marked by its emotional depth and ability to connect with listeners, whether through heartache or joy. Carmen's songs have been featured in films, TV shows, and covers by artists from across genres, further cementing his place in the pantheon of great songwriters. Throughout his career, Carmen was known not only for his hits, but also for his collaborations with other prominent musicians. He worked with the likes of producer Jimmy Ienner and the legendary composer and producer David Foster, helping to create some of the most memorable songs of the 1970s and 80s. His ability to cross over into different musical styles while maintaining a signature sound made him one of the era's most versatile and respected artists. Survived by his wife, Carmen's death marks the end of an era for fans who grew up listening to his music and for the music industry that recognized his unique contribution. His body of work continues to resonate with generations of listeners, from those who remember his early work with the Raspberries to those who came to know him through his solo hits. Although his music has spanned decades, the emotional power of his ballads and the infectious energy of his pop tunes remain timeless, Larry H. Parker, Dye's personal injury attorney who revolutionized Southern California. Legal advertising was 75. Larry H. Parker, a personal injury attorney whose aggressive advertising campaign, featuring the memorable slogan, "We'll fight for you," became synonymous with legal services in Southern California, has passed away at the age of 75. His name, widely recognized through television commercials, radio spots, billboards, and even bus benches, made him a household figure for decades. While specific details surrounding the time, place, and cause of his death have not been made public by his family or his law firm, both confirmed on Friday that Parker had died. Though his name was famously associated with his firm, it was part of a larger legal conglomerate comprising several law firms that operated under various names. Larry H. Parker's firm, the law offices of Larry H. Parker, became a legal powerhouse in Southern California by leveraging highly visible advertising. Parker's approach to personal injury law was not just about helping clients, but creating a brand that people knew and trusted. His face and voice were frequently seen and heard by millions of Southern Californians through his firm's massive advertising efforts, which included television and radio commercials, as well as a wide range of outdoor advertising. His strategy was simple yet incredibly effective. By repeatedly inundating the public with his message, Parker was able to establish himself as the go-to attorney for those involved in car accidents and personal injury claims. His ubiquitous presence in the media allowed him to carve out a niche for himself and his firm, which ultimately led to the firm's longevity. Over the years, Parker's firm has been credited with representing more than 100,000 clients, securing over $2 billion in compensation for injured individuals. The firm's marketing campaigns were groundbreaking at the time, as they focused on accessibility and trust, while many other law firms at the time were more traditional in their advertising methods. Parker's approach made him stand out. The slogan, "We'll fight for you," became more than just words. It became a promise that resonated with individuals who were seeking justice in the wake of accidents and injuries. This aggressive marketing strategy turned him into a larger-than-life figure in the legal world, and he became a symbol of personal injury law in Southern California. Parker's legacy is not just about the size of his firm or the amount of money he helped recover for his clients, but also about how he forever changed the landscape of legal advertising. His marketing tactics inspired countless imitators, and his firm's brand became iconic in its own right. The firm's success led to numerous other law firms emulating Parker's methods, often using similar slogans and strategies. His influence even reached popular culture, with many joking that Parker's campaign was so well known it had reached the point of parody. In fact, Saturday Night Live is said to have spoofed his marketing tactics, illustrating just how ingrained his advertising style was in the public consciousness. Beyond the advertisements, Larry H. Parker's firm was known for its personal approach to legal representation. Clients who came to him after accidents and personal injuries were often reassured by the knowledge that they had a passionate and dedicated attorney fighting for them. His success in the legal field was not just a result of his marketing genius, but also of his commitment to his clients. Despite the overwhelming focus on marketing, Parker's firm prided itself on delivering real, tangible results for those who needed it most. Although Parker's name and face were everywhere in Southern California, it was his ability to combine personal injury law with innovative marketing that truly set him apart. His firm became a staple in the Southern California legal community, and his success was a testament to his hard work, determination, and forward-thinking approach to legal services. For more than 50 years, the law offices of Larry H. Parker has been a beacon of hope for individuals who suffered injuries and were seeking compensation. Parker's death marks the end of an era in Southern California legal advertising, but his legacy will live on in the industry he helped shape. His approach to marketing has become the standard for many personal injury law firms across the country, and his firm's impact on the legal landscape will continue to be felt for years to come. Larry H. Parker's story is one of persistence, innovation, and success. He transformed the way lawyers advertise and helped countless individuals navigate the often complicated and overwhelming world of personal injury law. His firm's reach and success stand as a testament to his vision and his ability to connect with the people he sought to help. The impact he made on Southern California and the legal profession will remain in. Christopher Durang dies, playwright. Known for absurdity and genius, passes away at 75. Christopher Durang, one of America's most celebrated and distinguished playwrights, whose works like Beyond Therapy, Sister Mary Ignatius Explains It All for You, and the Tony-winning Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike combine sharp insight with absurd humor, passed away on Tuesday night at his home in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. He was 75. Durang's agent, Patrick Harold, confirmed his death, with his husband John Augustine stating that the cause was complications from logopenic primary progressive aphasia, a form of Alzheimer's that affects language processing. Durang had been diagnosed with the illness in 2016 and had largely stayed out of the public eye since his condition was made public in 2022. Earlier this year, the Dramatists Guild of America announced that he would receive its Lifetime Achievement Award in May 2024, joining past honorees like John Guare, Stephen Sondheim, and Arthur Miller. Born Christopher Ferdinand Durang on January 2, 1949, Durang first gained widespread attention with his controversial 1980 play, Sister Mary Ignatius Explains It All for You, which won that year's Obie Award for Best Playwright. This breakthrough followed a notable academic career at Yale School of Drama, where he formed enduring friendships with future theater stars like Sigourney Weaver, Albert Inarritu, and Wendy Wasserstein. His first professional work, the 1974 production, The Idiots Karamazov, co-written with Inarritu, featured a young Meryl Streep and was hailed as Yale's response to Tom Stoppard, and Vladimir Nabokov. Durang continued to build his career with notable works like the 1976 off-Broadway farce Titanic, starring Weaver and Das Lusitania Songspiel, which he co-wrote and co-starred in with Weaver. In 1979, he and Weaver presented a rewritten version of Das Lusitania at Westside Arts Theater, earning Drama Desk nominations. In 1980, Durang's Sister Mary Ignatius moved off-Broadway, where it achieved critical acclaim and sparked national controversy. The play, which humorously critiques Catholicism through the perspective of a nun, was the subject of a full hour-long discussion on The Phil Donahue Show. Its original off-Broadway run, starring Elizabeth Franz, lasted for over 2 years, with a rotating cast that included Nancy Marchand, Mary Louise Wilson, and Lynn Redgrave. Durang's prolific output continued in the 1980s with plays such as Beyond Therapy, Baby with the Bathwater, and The Marriage of Bet and Boo. Beyond Therapy, a comedy about two New Yorkers navigating relationships with the help of their psychiatrists, enjoyed success both off-Broadway and on Broadway, despite a poorly received 1987 film adaptation directed by Robert Altman, which Durang disowned. The 1990s saw Durang's work continue to thrive, with hits like Sex and Longing, Betty's Summer Vacation, and the Pulitzer Prize finalist Miss Witherspoon in 2006. However, his crowning achievement came in 2012 with Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike. The play, a Chekhovian-inspired comedy about 3 adult siblings, was a major success, earning the 2013 Tony Award for Best Play. The Broadway production featured a stellar cast, including Weaver, Hyde Pierce, Christine Nielsen, and Billy Magnuson, whose performance earned a Tony nomination. Durang was also an accomplished actor, appearing in films like The Secret of My Success, 1987, Mr. North, 1988, and House Sitter, 1992. He also performed in the popular Sondheim revue Putting It Together in 1993, and made TV appearances, including a 1986 Saturday Night Live sketch with Sigourney Weaver. Durang is survived by his husband, John Augustine. Private services are planned with an announcement regarding a memorial service to be made later. Joe Flaherty dies, actor and writer from SCTV and Freaks and Geeks. Was 82. Joe Flaherty, a beloved writer and performer on the groundbreaking sketch comedy show SCTV, and a key member of the cast of Freaks and Geeks, passed away on Monday after a brief illness. He was 82. Flaherty's death was confirmed by his daughter, Gudrun Flaherty, who released a statement saying, "After a brief illness, he left us yesterday, and since then, I've been struggling to come to terms with this immense loss. Dad was an extraordinary man, known for his boundless heart and his unwavering passion for movies from the 40s and 50s. His insights into the golden age of cinema didn't just shape his professional life. They were also a source of endless fascination for me. In these last few months, as he faced his health challenges, we had the precious opportunity to watch many of those classic films together, moments I will forever cherish. Last month, Flaherty's former improv group, Second City, organized a fundraiser to support him during his illness. A message from his former SCTV co-star Martin Short read, "Our beloved SCTV cast member, Joe Flaherty, is very ill. Joe is aware of the gravity of his health and would like to spend whatever time he has left at home rather than in a facility. We are writing to our friends because we believe SCTV meant something to you, and that would not be the case if it were not for Joe Flaherty. He was a mentor, a director, and an inspiring improviser who gave us many of the tools we are still using in the careers he helped launch." Born Joseph O'Flaherty in Pittsburgh on June 21, 1941, he later dropped the O due to another equity member already using it. Flaherty began his comedy career at the Second City in Chicago and appeared on the National Lampoon Radio Hour from 1973 to 1974. After relocating to Toronto, he helped launch a Second City troupe there and became a founding member of the influential SCTVers cast in 1976. The series featured a star-studded ensemble, including John Candy, Harold Ramis, Andrea Martin, Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy, Rick Moranis, Dave Thomas, in short. On SCTV, Flaherty became a central figure, portraying the manager of a fictional Canadian TV station, Guy Caballero, who used a wheelchair solely to gain sympathy. Among his other memorable characters were Count Floyd, the inept horror movie host, and Big Jim McBob, a film critic in the Farm Film Report with John Candy. Jim's catchphrase, "That blowed up real good," became iconic. After CTV ended in 1984, Flaherty continued his career in films like Johnny Dangerously, Inner Space, Who's Harry Crumb, Back to the Future Part 2, Stewart Saves His Family, and Happy Gilmore. In 1999, Flaherty found his second signature role in Freaks and Geeks, playing the quirky and often befuddled father of Linda Cardellini and John Francis Daley's characters. The show, which only lasted one season, became a cult favorite and helped launch the careers of James Franco, Seth Rogen, Jason Segel, and Busy Phillips. After Freaks and Geeks was canceled, Flaherty made appearances on The King of Queens, Slackers, Even Stevens, That 70s Show, Frasier, Family Guy, and American Dad, among other shows. Gudrun Flaherty shared that her father cherished every moment spent on SCTV and was immensely proud of its success and of being part of such an amazing cast. She continued, "Recently, the SCTV cast reminisced, saying, 'All of us SCTV castmates owe him a huge debt of gratitude. He was the creative anchor that kept us honest and inspired. It's a testament to the lasting mark he made on everyone he worked with. Above all," she added, "he was a loving father. No matter the occasion, he was always there to offer a laugh or wisdom when I needed it most. His absence has left a void in my life that feels insurmountable. As I navigate this grieving process, I find solace in the memories we shared and the incredible impact he had on those around him. His spirit, humor, and love will be a part of me forever." Flaherty is survived by his daughter Gudrun, son Gabriel, and his brother Paul Flaherty, a writer for SCTV's